Oh, worn up. Well, I can't participate in Inktober, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do it kind of vicariously through you. Thank you. I guess Inktober's almost over, right? I don't know how people do it. I don't know how you guys do it. Oh, good morning. Oh, hi, Ugo. I didn't know you ever came into the YouTube streams. Ugo says, why'd you stop streaming on Instagram? Because not a lot of people have Instagram. Way more people have access to YouTube than people have access to Instagram. Sorry, I'm just going to brighten the screen really quick because I can barely read anything. There we go. Oh, that's a lot better. Jesus. Okay. I'm doing okay, Joe Lamont. How are you doing? I post pretty regularly, Hugo, the explanation why I'm not streaming on Instagram. For example, this morning, right before I started this stream, I posted on Instagram telling people where the stream would be happening and why. Super Kim is here. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're doing okay. Feel intense for no good reason. Oh, that sounds like me, actually. I'm glad the stream's open, though. about all the problems in Chile happening right now, Isidora. Hope you're staying safe throughout all of it. Goodness gracious. something loose in my piano speaker, and it's making this weird humming sound when I hit like a certain note, and it's really annoying. I don't know if it's even audible on the stream. Anywho, guys, this is the last stream for the week. Morning medley number 10. I don't stream on the weekends, at least not on YouTube, so you guys won't see me here for at least a couple of days, not until Monday. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's not the way that's supposed to go. You know what I should do today? I should go play the Union Station piano. The piano, I used to do streams from Union Station, which is the train station here in Los Angeles. That's where I used to do streams from because they have an actually nice public piano down there to play on. But I've just gotten so busy and wrapped up in things, and it just so happens that every time I go through the train station, somebody's already on it. I used to actually wait in line to play it next, but now I feel like I'm always kind of in a hurry someplace. But maybe I'll do that today. Maybe I'll try to make time to do that. I got invited to a Halloween party that I don't know how badly I want to go to. I'm not a real big party person. But if I do end up going to that, then I probably won't be playing at Union Station. But I really would like to. I really would like to play on that piano. I haven't played a piano in a while. For people on the stream that have played piano or spent a considerable amount of time around keyboards, they know it is different. It's basically the same. Like there's a lot of transferable skills, but the feel in general of a piano is not very easily replicated by keyboards. They try and they come pretty close, but it's not the same. I kind of miss playing on a piano. A challenge for me is always like pacing myself on piano playing. Sometimes when I know a piece really well, I'll like kind of speed through it instead of allowing the song to have any type of slow silence. I'm trying to get better about playing things slow. I went to a Halloween party last. Oh, thank you, Zeno Alex. I went to a Halloween party last night and it was fun, but at the end, it was just a bunch of aggressive drunk people. I'm real outgoing and all that isn't really my cup of tea either, so I get it. Word up, John. I feel you on that. Yeah, I appreciate you, Alex. I think that this party that I would be going to is more of like a. I mean, yeah, it's a Halloween like costume party, but I'm really only going for like networking reasons. There's some people there that I should be talking to. Hold on, I'm gonna move the phone really quick because it's getting a lot of sunlight. It's gonna get hot. It's just getting directly exposed. I do love that song though, and especially now that I play it slower. It's like I'm trying to play it slower so that I can actually get a sense of what the song is, where the notes lie, and then I can maybe speed it up later. But the problem with that song is I was just trying to play it too fast all this time. It was causing issues. It was causing all sorts of issues. Thanks, Sean. It's that now. Sorry. We are halfway through the stream. So thank you everybody for being in here for the first half. I have a little bit of news to go over that I'll do now and then I'll do it again at the very end just in case somebody comes in the last 30 minutes. I have two new albums out. The same two albums I talk about every stream. They're called Quick Breath and Ego Death. I did most of the vocals on them and all of the production. Actually, no, that's not true. There's a song on Quick Breath called Chocolat that I shared production on. The other half of the production is done by a producer by the name of Only Tom. Those those songs also on Quick Breath were kind of done in the style of a lot of my remixes. I realized a lot of people like the hip hop remixes I make, and so I just took that style of music and made a collection of originals. So it's kind of what Quick Breath is. Now, Ego Death is a little bit different. Ego Death is kind of based off of a lot of studies in ambiance I used to do. I used to like loop random instruments and then play over them. I'll do a quick example. I can't do it to its extent right now, but this is a Yamaha Reface CP. This is not a gear tutorial, but this is an analog keyboard that has really good onboard delay, and since it has analog delay, you can actually make a loop. You can kind of make it a looper, if that makes sense. Um, so hold on. What's another one? Oh, that's insane. Oh, I know why it's doing that. There we go. Anyways, I used to do videos that I called studies in ambient or studies in ambiance, and it would usually just be a lot of reverb on and looping like this keyboard, then looping that keyboard, and looping like my other three keyboards, and then I would come over here and try to add like chords to them to give them some type of musical context. Anyways, so people liked those streams, so what I ended up doing is making an entire like album out of songs like that, and that album is called Ego Death. So Quick Breath was more of like housey, funky vibes, and then Ego Death. Oh, good morning. Whoever just came in. And then Ego Death was more ambient music, like the thing I just played. And both of those albums came out 2 months ago in the summer. And they're available on Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Google Play Music, Amazon MP3, Tidal, Groove, Deezer, Pandora, Napster, and YouTube. If you wanted to listen to those songs, if you wanted to know where to find them. Anywho, this song's called Love Letters. on Spotify. This song came out in 2017 on like a jazz EP that I have called Signals. What did somebody say about Kanye? Sorry, I missed it. But yeah, the song's called Love Letters. It's named after something in downtown. Everything off of the Signals EP is actually named after things, places, or events in downtown Los Angeles. Word up, John. No, I haven't heard the new Kanye stuff for the person asking. I'm not really in a hurry to listen to it, but I guess it just came out. I guess. This is off of the same jazzy EP. It's called Winter Heart. Please don't. For the person talking about doing some of my stuff, just slow down and chop and screw. Thanks for asking first, though. A lot of people just like take my stuff without my consent, then I have to do all these like copyright strike things. Why do you have so much respect for people? That's I don't expect that level of respect from people on the internet. That's so nice. Yeah, thanks. But you're a producer too, I assume. this song's called Winter Heart. This one's called Union Station. Oh, what kind of visual art do you make? Oh, John, you draw too? That's not right. There it is. Hi, O'Neill. I don't know if I saw you come in. Welcome, though. The final 15 minutes of the Friday stream. I almost said Saturday stream. That doesn't exist. The final 15 minutes of the Friday stream. I am going to shave today, and I am looking forward to it. My face itches so bad. Facial hair has never not made my face itch. I don't know what stage people have to get to where it stops itching. Music is one of my loves, and it's given me the avenue to try new stuff like videos, and even trying to make stuff just for fun. In fact, I guess this from me to you, I have gotten into video editing only because of music. I put together little videos. I don't know if you've seen any of them. Some of them are on my YouTube account, but like most of them I would say are on my Instagram and Twitter. But the editing for some of those more recent videos, I learned video editing just so I can put together like little videos for music, which is it's interesting how one art form can get you into something else, into a completely different art form for sure. Here's another ambient study. Here's another ambient study. For the person that seems to like the ambient stuff, please listen to my ambient album. That's why I made that, because the ambient stuff on the stream is like can be taxing. So I made a whole ambient album for people so that I could explore other stuff during the streams. Oh, thanks, John. Maybe as the morning medley evolves, because the morning medley is only going to go to 100. do 100 of these, and this is number 10. As they evolve, maybe I'll switch location to like over there at my workstation where most of my keyboards are, and do more complex stuff. But I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for the beginning, John, just for sustainability, because I feel like me like improving and playing through like songs that I've recorded in the years prior is something that's easier for me to do than like set up a bunch of keyboards and set up like a looper station for every single stream. But we'll see. Maybe they'll evolve. I love this keyboard though, this one particularly. This was like my first expansion. I already had this one and like a Juno G, but this was my first expansion into stuff that I was going to be taking portable, like a live, for like a live show. I love that thing. John. It is cool. Is it weird that you missed my food stream? Says Peas Bean. I don't know if it's weird to miss anything. That's definitely not like. I'm a musician. I'm not a chef, but you're more than welcome to miss anything. I suppose. I mean, I used to post skate videos years ago, and in fact, there's only like three to five people that remember my music from back then, and will occasionally say, "How come you don't post skate videos anymore?" Like, I miss when you used to post skate videos, and I'm like, "Yo, nobody remembers those." And I feel like eventually nobody's gonna remember my food videos, Peas Bean. But I am putting together like an edited thing of like I'm making a song right now to how do I want to put this? When I have a gas stove, or yeah, gas stove. So when I'm cooking, you know, when you turn on the gas stove, I hope somebody is going to be able to relate to this. You know, when you turn on the gas stove, there's like that clicking sound. There's like that clicking sound as it's trying to ignite the stove. Please tell me I'm making any sense. If even one person knows what I'm talking about, I will feel in some way validated. But there's like, you turn the knobs, there's like this like little clicking sound. Yes, Peas Bean. It clicks at like a BPM. It clicks at a specific tempo. So what I'm doing is I'm using that clicking sound and I'm sampling it and I'm making a little tune around it. And in the video, I'm going to show like how to make that little breakfast sandwich that I usually make. So I'm gonna post that. But I the problem with like the cooking videos, Peas Bean, is that I am not a chef, so I only make food for myself, and so I make, I would say, 6 different things. I know how to cook. I know how to cook several things, but I only actually cook like 6 different things. And after I make 6 videos, like nobody wants to watch the same 6 videos recreated over and over, and I certainly don't want to make the same 6 videos over and over. It would kind of be like if I just made like a live video of love letters once a week. Like, yeah, it's fun and I know how to do it, but like, it seems a little superfluous. So I'm sorry that you missed the cooking videos, but I don't know how to cook anything else. I don't know how to cook anything else, and I feel like, unfortunately, I probably should have some level of focus. That used to be my problem. I used to post like skate videos, and then I would post like myself trying to make music, and then I would post like funny content, and then after a while I was like, I think I'm confusing people. Like, people don't know what to expect from me, because anytime I wanted to like promote music, people would be like, I mean, the music's fine, but can you do more skate videos? And I was like, oh, I've diversified too much now. Should have made like several different accounts. John says, yo, so from someone who doesn't really know much about music production, you heard of the OP1, and how do you feel about it if you have? It just looks super cool. It is very cool, John, and it's a lot of fun to mess around with. However, I don't think it's worth the price tag. It is a very expensive keyboard, in my opinion, for what it does, which in my workflow isn't very much. It's kind of like, I see it as a novelty instrument. Like, it's very funny and cool looking, but all the things that it can do, I can do for much cheaper. And so I think it's very cool. Price, if we're not talking about price, I think it's a very, very cool piece of gear, and definitely unique. Ooh. Okay. Everybody knows the clicking sound. Thank goodness. Penelo Leo says, "Hey, Omni, I've been drawing to your music for a year now. Always sparks my creativity." Wow. Can I see any of your drawings, Penelo? What kind of stuff do you draw? Anything cool? Of course, it's something cool. Anything I would like? I like drawings. I like sad drawings. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, this is the final 5 minutes of the stream. I'm gonna go over some really quick news again. I have two new ones out. One is called Quick Breath. The other one is called Ego Death. Quick Breath is more of like a housey, funky, upbeat thing, and Ego Death is a very ambient, washed out, reverby stuff with my vocals on it. Um, I'm not gonna be playing any shows this autumn. I'm playing a show in December. I'm playing some winter shows, but in autumn I'm just going to be taking a step back because I have so much work to do, guys. I have a lot of commissions I need to do. Some I'm not allowed to talk about, but I just have a lot of work to do. So I'm not going to be playing any live shows. I'm just going to keep up the morning medleys every weekday morning. As far as merch, I'm still going to have merch coming out in the winter. I still need to talk to the guy that was supposed to send me some samples, but that is going to be coming out in the winter. And as far as streams, the Twitch stream is not happening right now. Neither is the Instagram stream. The stream that is happening is the one that you guys are in right now, which is my YouTube stream, which happens every weekday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know not everybody lives in California, not everybody lives in LA. So when I say Pacific Standard Time, unfortunately, I am putting it on you guys to figure out what that means for you, what time that is for you guys. That is all of the news. Somebody asks, and the somebody is Sako, says, "How do you manage your time and avoid burnout?" I don't. We try. We all try. I've never met anybody, especially in Los Angeles, who has successfully avoided burnout. You can try. And how I try to manage my time and how I attempt to avoid burnout is giving myself a schedule. You know, a lot of things in life are easier if they're organized. If I'm sitting down to work, hold on, look at this. So if I'm sitting down to work on my music, I'm gonna put this back so you can see. But this is like my studio setup. I have I have a lot of water because I'm dehydrated. But like this is my monitor. This is my sequencer for FL Studio. There's my MIDI fighter right there, so I have access to that. This is my Roland, my Yamaha Reface CP that I use mostly for looping and Rhodes piano. This is my Microchord S. I use this mostly for vocoded vocals and stuff like that. This is like the big workstation that I use for like piano sounds, string sounds, glockenspiels. All those orchestral sounds are coming from this that you're hearing in my songs, and they're all set up in a way that when I'm sitting in my chair, I can just kind of roll back and forth. I don't really have to get up. My workflow is optimized because it's organized. And I feel like that can be applied in part to in part to like time management. You have to be organized or else you can easily get overwhelmed and get burnt out, as you were talking about. And so how do I organize my time? Well, in the morning, like I do my little workout, and then after my workout I make my breakfast. After I make my breakfast, I come in here and I do a stream from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. After 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., then I work on projects and commissions until about noon. Then at noon, I try to get out of the house. I go for a walk or something like that. It's like trying to make a schedule for yourself. Because what happens, Sako, if I don't do that, if I don't force myself to work out or to do this stream or to take some time to watch TV, play video games, or go out and take a walk, what I'll do is I'll wake up and I'll roll out of bed right into that chair and I'll work until like 6 p.m. And then, it only takes about 2 to 3 days of that before I get like super burnt out and I have ear fatigue and I don't want to hear music and I'm making unoriginal stuff and I'm not really inspired. Like, having an ebb and flow can be important because you'll naturally have that. But I think that there are some certain times where I really feel like I'm in the groove, and I'm not saying stop. If you're like in a groove, if you feel like you've hit a hot streak to force yourself to stop, but sometimes you do have to kind of step away, even if you feel like you want to keep going. Sometimes you need to step away just for your own good, and that's what you can do to avoid burnout and simultaneously manage your time. It's just being organized. It sounds super simple. It's hard to do for a lot of people, but it is doable. It's not impossible. And even small things, it's like being healthy, or it's like having like a healthy diet. Even small things that you do can make a huge difference like people that are just like, oh, I'll eat like one piece of fruit and one vegetable a day. Some people might laugh at that and say it's not a big deal, but I mean, if you're eating McDonald's or whatever every day, just adding like that little bit of healthy alternatives can really change your course. And so, managing your time, maybe just set a kind of strict, or maybe even like at first vague guideline for when you're going to be working on stuff or when you're going to be creating. Like, oh, I'm going to create around this time. Obviously, if you get inspired or whatever, then feel free to break that schedule. But maybe only allow yourself certain amounts of time to do things so that you won't allow yourself to be burnt out. Because the weird thing is like with work like a 9 to 5 job, they give you a time to leave. They give you a time to clock out. There's only a certain amount of things that you can do within the building, right? Like if let's say you work at a grocery store as a cashier, like you're going to be doing the cashier stuff. You're not going to go in the back and start stocking. You're not going to go to the deli and start cutting up meat. You're not going to go over to the pharmacy and start handing out prescriptions. You kind of have a set thing that you're supposed to do, and you have a set time that you're supposed to do it in, and this keeps you from getting overwhelmed. The difficult thing about creative work or creative expression is it's kind of boundless. And even me with like piano, I'm a songwriter, right? I make songs. I'm not necessarily a mastering engineer or a mixing engineer or a sound engineer. I'm not necessarily a vocalist or a lyricist, but these are all things I've forced myself to learn how to do as well. I'm not really a publicist, but I have to promote my music somehow. I taught myself how to perform live so I could do that. These are extra jobs. And when you think about it, Sako, I'm not exactly sure what you do as a creative, but I guarantee you you're doing more jobs than you are trained to do. And so take that in consideration too. You're not just doing one job. You're not just making music. You're doing like 8 jobs. And most people that are really high up, that are working for Capitol Records or Sony BMI or Universal or Warner, they're not doing that many jobs. So, I mean, give yourself some credit and give yourself a break every now and then. You're doing a lot. And um, if you're able to take that into consideration, you can try. I'm not saying 100% avoid burnout, but you can try to avoid burnout. You can create an environment in which burnout isn't just a inevitability every week or so. I hope that helps. If it doesn't, I sincerely apologize, but that's how I've dealt with it. Do you play piano at that one public place? I talked about that earlier in the stream, Peas Bean. I don't currently because I've been too busy, but I was thinking about doing it today or tomorrow. Sako says, I've had trouble with sticking to a schedule in the past, but I think I'll try again. Thanks for the in-depth response. You're welcome, Sako. As somebody who lives by a pretty rigid schedule right now, myself, I constantly slide off. For example, I mean, I have my workout schedule, my cooking schedule, my music work schedule, my friend schedule, my getting out of the house. I have all these things. All it took was this past tour when I went. I played in Korea, and I was there for like 1 week. And I came back and my schedule was done. I came back and I was just eating whenever, and I was like staying up super late, and I was sleeping in like past 8, past 9 sometimes. It was horrible. But yeah, don't feel bad for starting a schedule and falling off a schedule. Literally everybody does. Nobody has successfully stayed on the same schedule. Well, I want to say nobody. Most people have not stayed on the same schedule for like a year. You're gonna slip and slide off of it every now and then. But as long as you have a guideline that you're trying to stick to, I feel like you're doing more good than bad. But I think that's it. I think that's all the questions in the stream. Really quickly again, I want to say I did release 2 albums. They're available on all streaming platforms. I'm not gonna name every single one again, but I named them already in the stream. Those are out. I have merch coming out this winter. The streams happen here every weekday at 9 a.m. and I'm going to be playing a show in December. More information on that as it develops. Thank you guys for being so respectful to me and polite to each other. It is the internet, which means there's a lot of awful people here, and I'm glad that none of them happened to wander into this stream. So this says, thank you for the stream and the words of wisdom. I will have to watch the replay. Take care. Oh, bye, DeSoto. Oh, he must have came in a little bit later. No worries. Thank you. Is it JP's? The APs? JP's? Thank you. Thank you. I hope everybody has a good Friday and also a good weekend. I mean, I don't know if you guys are doing Halloween stuff this weekend since next weekend will be November. But if you do, be safe. Enjoy. Enjoy your friends or whatever time you have. This is the end of the stream, and these are the final chords of Key Lime. Hello, everybody.